Okay, part one of graphing exponential functions. So by now we've been exposed to the general form of the exponential function, and we've specifically talked a lot about a and b and how whether that is positive or negative will influence which way our graph goes. So we learnt that when we put in a positive a, positive b value, we get a graph that starts in the asymptote very close to 0, comes up through that point of 0, 1, and then continues to go upwards. Now what happens if we change that b from a positive value to a negative value? So this particular one up here. Well, we find that it flips, and instead of going from the left up, we actually notice that instead it comes from the left down. So it will still travel down through that point of 0, 1, and it will continue down towards the x-axis as the asymptote, never actually touching. So what do we find? As we change the positive b to a negative b, our value flips across the y-axis. Likewise, we can have a look now what's going to happen if we change our a values to negatives. So we're going to continue with our positive b value. Okay, so we're negative a value, positive b value. And you'll notice that when we change the negatives of the a value, instead of being above the x-axis, this time we'll be below the x-axis. So we're modeling the first one, okay, but we're flipping it across the x-axis. Okay, and likewise, we're now both negative, so we expect it to be the complete opposite of our first one. Okay, so we can see that starting from here, we're coming from the asymptote back down and around. So they're essentially mirror images of each other. So what did we find when we changed our a value from positive to negative? We went from the top of the x-axis to below the x-axis. So our a value, if negative, flips across the x-axis.